Wow!
Oh shit, this is rolling.
Oh no!
Well, now I know where to put the song.
you guys already cracked it. We didn't do a synchronized crack.
Can we start over?
My name's Jeremy.
I'm Matt.
I'm Gwen.
I'm Matt. Too.
So, Matt was on vacation.
Oh, yeah.
So let's hear about that before we get to the good stuff.
Yeah. No. I went to. I'm dropping money. I went to Idaho to visit some friends. I went to visit my friends Victor and Kelly, who are going to grad school like a bunch of idiots, dude. How
smart do you have to be to go to grad school?
No. So we went to go visit them, and then we also went to Salt Lake to go see Pup, who are my favorite band right now.
Oh, okay, I thought that was just like a hat, just this Pup.
He wore it because Maya's here.
Oh yeah.
Where is Maya?
That's Maya's support. Yeah.
She went to the vet today.
Oh.
She never came back.
Oh, no, that's not true. Don't tell people that. No, she's with Rebecca.
Can you imagine being the person watching
Well,
this who just had to put their dog down?
That's so bad.
Let's focus. Why did you take Maya to the vet?
It was just her time to get
It's
her.
just her time.
Oh my god! No, it's time for her to get her shots so she doesn't get sick during the summer.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, what you're telling me is that you vaccinated your dog.
Yeah. So now she has autism, guys. Sorry.
Oh no.
Whoops.
What are we gonna do?
Whoops.
Actually, did you know dogs can get autism?
This is true. They can also have Down
Are you
syndrome.
effing me? Can they?
No, they can. Yeah.
What?
That's true.
Are dogs like us?
Yeah. Well, actually,
Dogs pee?
Maya might actually have autism because we found out that if you have an autistic dog and you get something for them called a thunder jacket, you put it in them, it immediately calms them down because it always makes them feel like they're being held.
Oh, okay.
And with a regular dog, usually that doesn't have the same effect. It's usually like, why am I being squeezed?
What is
They're held with the power of thunder.
Yeah, what is a thunder jacket?
Yeah.
Why is it so cool? Why is it a band name?
A thunder jacket is a weighted jacket that dogs wear.
Mm-hmm.
For when it's thundering outside.
No, I guess so because it's to calm them down. It's for all dogs. It's to calm them down when there's like stressful situations happening.
Mm-hmm.
But if you put a autistic dog in a thunder jacket, it makes them feel comfortable no matter what is happening, as opposed to like being just in a stressful situation.
Okay. I've heard that dogs generally don't like being hugged. That's not the case for mine.
That's so untrue.
Is it?
I've never
Cats don't like being hugged.
I have
Dogs
never
like,
met a
dogs
dog
love
that
being
doesn't
hugged.
like to be hugged.
I've heard.
Maya loves
I
being hugged.
heard it from a meme, guys.
Oh,
And
well, then it must be
So
true.
I think it's probably credible.
Oopsie doopsie.
Maya loves being hugged.
I know. I'm saying Maya is not like other dogs.
That's true.
Like
Even
/ not like other dogs.
Even so, I don't think I've ever met a dog that didn't like to be hugged.
Yeah, cats don't like being
I've
hugged.
met
I've
dogs that don't
I've
like
definitely
it.
tried to hug dogs, and
Yeah.
they're like, "What are you doing? Get away from me!"
I love them. I love every dog.
Maybe your dog was autistic too.
It's possible.
Maybe.
But we totally derailed your thing. Sorry.
Oh yeah, you were
That
telling
was
us about your
Did
boring
you?
vacation.
Was there anything else that you didn't cover?
No, I mean that's it. Yeah, we went to hot springs, like natural hot springs. Which
Oh,
were
did you
interesting.
chill in the springs?
Yeah, kind of. They were way too hot. They were like
So you were
way too
chilling in the
fucking
hot
hot.
springs that were too hot. Okay,
Yeah.
so.
they were. It was the most snow I've ever seen. I've only seen snow like maybe 10 times in my life.
Really?
Yeah.
When you
'cause
say
we're in-
you're
we're
about
in
to
You
something-
didn't grow up in California.
I did grow up in California.
When you're
yeah.
about to say only, I imagine you're gonna say like less than I've done it like 3 times, because I was gonna be like, oh, I'm a snow expert. But
Yeah.
I think that's more than I've
I
seen.
lived in Wisconsin. I saw snow all the time.
Oh, it was just part of your habitat.
And let me tell you, I fucking hate it.
yeah.
Snow is
Cold, it's wet.
snow is the worst.
That's what I always
It was
hear.
a fun visit.
If you're
I know, I'm a little-
around
Well, no,
snow,
I'm sure if it's not the norm for you and you just want to go and see some snow, I'm sure it's going to be a magical, whimsical, great time.
Oh, we used to drive to the snow. There's a place called Fraser Park. It's like
Okay.
not too far away from like here.
Well, Big Bear has snow in it.
And we
Oh,
used
yeah.
to just
with
go
Hammonds.
there when I was a kid. At one point, I had to get a tetanus shot when I was like 9. We went up to the snow in Fraser Park, and I was going, and we were like leaving for the day, and I was going, la la la, la la la, like going in, and then there was a thin layer of ice, and my foot just went, And then I just pulled my foot back up, and I lost my shoe into this pool of ice. And then my brain went, oh, you better jump on this fence because you don't want to step on the snow. So I went, ha! And I jumped on a fence, and then I just got my hands cut with all of this fucking shit on the fence, and I was just holding on for dear life.
Do you still have, like, scars or anything?
No, not from that. I do have a scar on my thumb. Zooming on that, camera boy. We don't have anybody manning these. I have a really thin scar right there from the mission project. Do you guys ever have to do the mission project?
Oh, the one where you have to build a mission?
Yeah, it's like a I think it must be a California thing. Yeah.
No, I have done that.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
You have to build like a replica of a mission, and you have to like go there and do some research and stuff like that.
Mormon shit for a second.
No, that's a temple, which is all right. Yeah, it's a Mormon temple. So I was cutting foam like this, and then
like a genius.
Yeah, and then the phone rang, and I went ah! And then I had to keep it cool because my dad is always like, "You're not really hurt, you pussy," basically.
Oh, okay.
So I had to I was just bleeding for 2 hours, but like silently, so that way he wouldn't get mad at me. And then I finally showed him like, yeah, we don't have to go to the hospital for that. It's just your thumb. And then 2 more hours later, he was like, oh, we should probably go to the hospital.
Once like fungus started growing out of it.
Yeah, like fucking creep
That
shows.
reminds me, I don't think I've on the internet talked about my injury, my famous injury.
Oh, I love this.
Yeah,
I love this.
So this is okay. Sorry, audience. No offense, but it's this finger right here. You can kind of see if you hold on. Hopefully, I can do that in post, and you can see there's a slight difference between these 2 middle fingers. I swear I'm not. This isn't a trap here. But when I was a kid, I think I was like a Super Bowl party or something with my dad. Everybody was drunk. I remember that vividly. And I went out to, obviously, I've never been a sports kid, ever. I went out to play with the dog. Like, I was spending a little time like, oh man, I love this dog. Oh, I'm playing with the dog. And then I went back in, and when I closed the sliding glass door, for some reason I was like, I better use this wall for support while I close this. And I just cut the tip of my finger right the hell off. Like, it was, okay, I don't remember how much of this is true, because I was so young. I was like 8 or 7 or something. What I remember is it partially coming off, and then freaking out, like, being, like, super panicked, because there's gore coming out of me, and, running to the kitchen and everybody running around me and just watching, just like looking at my finger and just watching the tip go like just fall off. That's what I remember. I don't know if that's true. Maybe that's just a recurring nightmare I had following it. I do not know, but I remember it just slowly just falling to the floor, and I remember it being silent as everybody watched, and then it was like because everybody spent that entire time just getting all super and like anticipating a touchdown and being yeah. But I remember just like yeah, touchdown. That's what I remember. I don't think that's true though.
Well,
I don't remember if it got reattached or if it just grew back like this. I don't remember.
Well, when we were in college, we went to a college that was very. Anything that was wrong with you got nitpicked. So,
yeah. Okay, well, everybody... Okay, go ahead.
So, people had a problem with Jeremy because in actuality... Should I say in actuality, or should I talk about what they thought first?
Go for it, yeah. Say the second one.
Yes.
Latter.
They thought first. Okay.
Yeah, what they thought first.
Jeremy would always be late, and we were in theater. He would always be late, and he would always have bloodshot eyes. Mm-hmm. So everyone would be like, oh, fuck that guy. That guy is always getting high and slacking off, so he's never at rehearsal on time. Fuck him. Yeah. And I asked Jeremy, I was like, oh, did you smoke weed? And he was like, no. What? And
that was the devil's lettuce?
Yeah.
What?
But I would tell them because I was
spinach.
Because I thought Jeremy was
that
cool.
One.
So like they were saying like, oh, he smokes all the time. I wanted to ask him, and he said he didn't, so I trusted him. And then they were like, oh, even if he doesn't, did you see how weird his middle finger is? It's fucking weird, dude. And I was like, I'm gonna ask him.
Would people notice that?
Oh yeah.
Here's the thing. I didn't know about it until you said something.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh,
what
yeah,
about
I guess
you?
it is kind of different.
Until you said something, yeah.
No, they all know.
Now you can't unsee.
I wonder if my subscribers know. Well,
They do now.
for like the 2 subscribers that are subscribed to my channel and also this one, you're gonna find out about it before I talk about it on my channel.
Juicy.
A little reward for tuning into my fucking alternate projects. What do you call it?
But they were all talking about, look at his finger, it's so weird. I'm gonna ask him about it. I'm like, no, you can't do that. It's gonna hurt his feelings. And it's like, oh, you care about his feelings, but you don't care about his feelings.
We're not talking
way,
to him to his face.
Real quick, I don't have anything. If you're somebody I went to college with, I have nothing against any of you guys. You guys,
I've got a few bones to pick, but like,
I didn't go to their college, and I fucking hate you.
but
Let's go, Spike.
I asked him. I was like, "The fuck's wrong with your finger?" And without a moment, Jeremy just goes, "Oh yeah, so there's a Super Bowl party." He just went into it. He didn't care. And everybody was like looking around the corner, like.
So, yeah. Well, I mean, I imagine there might be.
If
like,
I imagine on the bathroom
if there was
sucking a dude's dick and suddenly bam!
It was a ghost.
Ghosts.
If there was I don't thinking about that because I always laugh at that, but now I think about it, like I can see where they're coming from on that end because what if there was like a really traumatic experience behind it? Like, what if it was like.
But they were making fun of you and calling you a dick, like a dick, a dick and a dipshit.
Yeah.
So, like, why do they care all of a sudden?
I did make a bad move going in at first though, because there was a culture in my high school theater department of like, oh yeah, we just eat each other's food. Like everybody who brings in food, we just kind of share and whatever. Mm-hmm. And if someone has food, it's like, oh yeah, it's kind of like an unspoken thing. Oh yeah, feel free to pick off of it. I did that. I think like the second day I was there, like someone brought in food. And I was like, oh, and I grabbed something, and everybody was like, you just really just take that person's food?
Was it our upstairs neighbor?
Upstairs neighbor?
No.
It was somebody else. It was somebody else. Okay. I remember specifically. I'll tell you later who it is. Okay. But yeah, like everybody was just like, "What the hell did you do that?" And I was like, well, there it is. My fresh start gone. Wonderful.
You're to be that guy.
Yeah, because I remember for some reason, just everybody had something against you right when you showed up.
I have a feeling that was that what I just said was the starting point.
Because like I never got it. Mm-hmm. Because
you weren't there for that.
Well, sure. I guess I wasn't.
If you saw it, we wouldn't be friends. If you saw me take food off of that person's plate, we would not. This podcast would not be happening right now.
But I remember like you were just hanging around. We talked once or twice about movies, mm-hmm. And I always there was a Taco Bell that was right across the street from mm-hmm. OCC. No. Oh, I just doxed us. Whatever. Fuck it.
Well, I think we already doxed us. Yeah, we doxed it in the last time.
Whatever. Fuck it. I went to OCC, guys. But all right.
So if you're looking for targets,
why would you do that?
Yee.
What's wrong with you?
Or Walmart's. Really, will take anything.
But.
That was a really good save. Holy shit!
But I asked if I want Jeremy to come with us, and I want Jeremy to come to Rocky Horror with us. Actually, nobody cared that you went to that because everybody who was in that group liked you. Mm-hmm. But then I was like, hey, let's we're gonna watch The Room over at one of our friends' house in I think it was like Laguna or something. Mm-hmm. And I was like, oh, well, Jeremy hasn't seen The Room. I'm gonna invite him. So I invite you, and I keep getting texts like, is Jeremy really coming?
I love that. I just love that I was just that person, and like I'm glad I'm not that person now. I'm sure I have like there. You always have like 5 groups of people that you interact with. Like I'm sure one of those I have like people who hate me there.
See, for me it was always weird because for some reason I always ended up coming up with baggage, and by baggage I mean like a guy who was 100-something pounds of pure dumb.
Yeah. Well, it's not.
That's underselling it, by the way.
We're not going to name names here.
Yeah.
Watch The Contrarian. But anyway.
Yeah. There you go. Perfect. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
I don't say what his name is in that.
That's perfect. Cool.
We changed his name anyway.
He's mysterious. Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Mr. Mysterioso.
You're just like, yeah, whatever. You guys do your.
I don't know him, but I feel like I do. Heard so much about you. Wow.
Yeah, it's like
I'm a ghost person.
He's just the nicest person you've ever met. After me.
Well, that's the thing is for this person, we can cut this out if we want to.
Yeah, that's fine.
But I'm not.
Fine. Well, his name is Onision. That's who we're
Yeah, it was
talking about.
Onision.
Yeah.
Gwen used to be best friends with Onision.
Yeah, you'd always tell me about how you always wanted to set up shop and lure some young children in.
Yeah, it was. You
It
guys
was
would
just-
like
that's-
draw up plans
Oh
together.
yeah, we had a whole like schematic. It was cool, and I was like, "This was fun, but we should probably burn this." He's like, "Nah, there's something to it."
No, yeah, like that's when your paths split off.
Yeah, and after that point, I couldn't hang out with him anymore.
Yeah,
It
well,
was
because-
just, it was just,
It's a shame you lost a friend.
But because
lost an
Gwen
opportunity.
hung out with Onision, people are going to think she actually hung out with Onision.
But no.
No, with this Onision, he's not even Onision.
No,
This
no.
guy is way more tame than Onision.
Yeah, no, he's not. He's not that bad.
when she would hang out with Onision,
Mhm.
that's because I never wanted to hang out with you.
Why we could just call him Mr. Onion. I feel like that's all.
Mr. Onion. Yeah.
But no, because
That's definitely more fitting for sure.
Mr. Garlic.
Mr. Garlic. Yeah. Okay, we'll call him Mr. Garlic from here on out.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't have layers.
No. He's one layer deep and smells like garlic.
So no, I never wanted to hang out with you because
Yeah, that's
you
fair.
hung out with the garlic
with
guy.
Mr. Garlic.
Yeah.
Um,
And that was your only baggage.
That
Because
yeah. Outside of
me was just being an idiot.
yeah.
Also, I already made I made a quota with how many guy friends I can have, and then you became a girl. So
Oh, there you
it was-
go. See, it all worked out.
It worked out.
Have you guys ever been in a group where everybody just like been that person? Because we have people who are like that person.
It's me.
No, it's like,
No, no,
but like
no.
I'm like,
It's-
have
that
you
could
guys
possibly
unknowingly
be
ever
it's
been
me.
that person?
There
And
are a
that,
few. Oh, knowing that it's me?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, like where it's just like the person that everybody talks about, and it's like, oh,
Yeah,
fuck,
I
what
know.
if-
It's definitely.
this would be a
me, and
great
I miss-
environment to be in
No,
if
it's
it
not
weren't
you,
for
that's
that one
Who
person.
is it?
I don't think
I
there's
don't think we have a person in that in this group.
If we didn't
actually.
like a person who was in this group,
They
we
wouldn't
just
be in that
they
group.
wouldn't be in
Just
the
wouldn't
group.
be in the
I
group.
was gonna say we probably tell them, be like, "Hey, why you like this?" And,
Yeah.
then, and
Yeah.
then if they couldn't resolve it, they'd probably just leave.
No, because I had this thing.
They would just leave, right? They would just leave this team. They would just leave this group.
I get comments on Reddit and on YouTube saying like, "Wow, your girlfriend's a really good singer,"
Mm-hmm.
and I keep having to say like, "Not my girlfriend."
Yeah.
But like, you don't really have other people in your videos.
Mhm.
I tend to have whenever I have like a big production, I have actors.
Yeah.
It's you guys and Rebecca
Yeah.
because she can sing.
I like my content to be very like, I like the solitude. Yeah, like I like feeling like seeming like I'm like in a vacuum in my videos. So that's why I kind of don't like. We had a bit. Maybe I'll put that in the background of this video of what I filmed of you. I kind of want to
No,
now.
because you told me about the idea for the video. At
then you
work,
started-
and then I just
Improv the song.
spit some hot fire bars at you,
Yeah.
and you went, "Oh, that could be a bit," and I went, "No."
Don't do it.
And then you asked me to do.
You were
that.
very resistant all the way up, and then eventually I was like, "Yeah, this doesn't fit the tone of my
And then I
video
went,
at all."
Good.
Well, you're-
I can do it right now.
Go for it.
Yeah.
So wait, context. This is about my Cars video.
I like it so
This
far.
is a story all about how Jeremy got the internet to say ka-chow. Now, I'd like to take a minute just to right there. I'll tell you how he became an immortal without any hair. So you can see how that's hot ass. I didn't use it.
Yeah, so that was
I
almost
liked
I was almost in the video.
I was holding a Tony Hawk ride board that
Yeah.
we've been destroying for 8 months now.
and I've been destroying for 10 years.
No, yeah.
And yet we've only just now made a dent.
Yeah. I mean, it's if it didn't work before, that thing is
Oh, it didn't
Oh, no.
work. It didn't work when I bought it new.
that thing it's just like that thing. It sounds like it's full of Legos right now. Like if you shake it around, it's
Well, every once in a
insane.
while, I just kind of open it up and just screws fall out.
You never made the record straight. By the
Oh
way.
yeah, by the way,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, straighten that record.
what was the record?
Rebecca's
yeah,
your
Rebecca's
girlfriend?
not my
Rebecca's
girlfriend.
my girlfriend. Rebecca, if you see her
Yes.
singing in Matt's video, she's my girlfriend usually. You
It's
know,
usually sometimes we share.
on weekends it's a different story. All right.
Yeah.
Is
She's
she
just
laughing
laughing.
over there?
No, but no, I have her in my videos because she also has the same love for musical theater that I do,
Mhm.
and it's good to have like that perspective because I tend to review musicals.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's actually not on purpose.
Mm-hmm.
I have.
You accidentally review musicals.
Well, no, because I have reviews that I want to make that are not musicals. It just turns out that the 2 that I've done and the one that I'm putting out in a couple of weeks is a musical.
Which of you guys are calling dibs on Cats?
No, we already agreed we're doing it together.
You're doing a collab?
Yeah.
Cats?
Collab
Oh,
that cat.
really?
Yeah.
I never heard about this.
Well, it was just...
At 11:39, it's 11:39.
That's gonna be-
That's the time
That's going to be awesome. I can't wait to see that.
Yeah,
Are you just waiting for it to...
Are you guys super
Blu-ray.
jellical
Drop
about it or
probably.
what?
Oh, yeah, we're jellical
Are
cats.
you guys
jellical
super
AF.
jellical?
They're
Yeah.
jellical as fuck.
They're jellical as
dude.
shit.
But Gwen, you never...
Spank my fat little butt and call me old Deuteronomy because I'm fucking ready, dog.
You didn't finish what you were saying.
I don't even remember what
You
I
were
was
talking about... you were like the king of...
saying. Oh yeah, I
Weirdos?
was king of the weirdos.
Wouldn't it be queen?
I mean, now, yeah.
Well, I mean,
At the time, it was...
I was within the context of the era, yeah.
So, but did you answer, like, if anybody thought I was a...
Oh, yeah. Okay, so, more or less, I was kind of stuck in the vacuum that was Mr. Garlic. Like...
It's okay.
So,
I know I was...
So, if something happened, it would usually happen through Mr. Garlic and then, like, filter to me afterwards.
I kind of went
And he...
went into that vacuum once you left a little bit.
Yeah.
Um,
Because, like... I don't know what it was,
Were you
but,
and Garlic Boy in the same grade?
We gotta stop talking about this guy, but
Yeah.
no, he was 1 year above me.
Okay.
Yeah. I remember he was, like... Probably, like... You were always kind of, like, just that, like, weird kid.
I was figuring it out. I would
were-
go in every day.
Yeah.
I would do a
remember-
bunch of trial and error human interaction, write down what worked and what didn't. I'd be like, "You girlfriend? Nope, that didn't work. All right, let's try."
Yeah, no,
let's-
honestly, I don't remember you that much from there because you were like 2 grades behind me, and I was like,
yeah,
and
exactly.
so you were that fresh,
Makes sense.
you were that
I
fresh
was the
new blood,
fresh
and
meat.
by the time I was getting out of there, I had made it to that hierarchy of being like older.
I know exactly, 'cause,
and
like-
graduating, so
Yeah.
that automatically made me
I would
better
say-
than everyone
yeah,
else there.
yeah, and
except I wasn't.
I transferred, because I started my first year at high school. Yeah, I transferred. So you and I are like the same in that way.
We're basically the same.
You transitioned and I transferred.
Your sisters or brother... Siblings!
Essentially,
died.
spiritual siblings.
Yes, we have so much in common.
That reminds me. This is gonna be weird. You guys are gonna be like, what? I watched Good Time. You guys know we all loved Uncut Gems.
I wanted to watch it with you.
And
Why'd you watch it
Lighthouse?
without me?
Because I kept trying to
mom
get you to
teaches
watch
you
it with me, and you're like, no, I don't want to watch Good Time. No, I want to watch Good Time.
No,
then I
because-
watched Good Time.
No,
I just
you
watched
said
it.
you wanted to watch it with the girlfriends and everything. And I said that's not a good idea to watch with the girlfriends.
Yeah.
They
Why
wanted because they wanted to watch.
I'll watch it again with you. I liked it.
Okay,
a lot.
because they wanted to watch because when Kathleen said I want to watch a movie, and Rebecca says, oh yeah, I want to watch a movie. If Kathleen and Rebecca want to watch a movie, I don't think it's gonna be a movie like Good Time.
It's got to be the visibly challenged man.
But my thought, the reason it reminded me of
the invisible one.
Didn't we all watch Lighthouse together? Like,
Yeah.
all of
But
us?
that
Yeah,
was
we all liked
that was
it.
a big group thing though.
Yeah.
That wasn't like a double date thing.
my girlfriend does not.
That's just you 4 without me and Gwen. That's like, what's the difference? Like,
Well, I guess you and Gwen are kind of like dating. You get
I don't think. Okay, I'm gonna say Good Time is
Can
not
say
like a
no.
we're
big
dating in
event
friendship?
film.
We are.
What? We're flirting with friendship.
I don't
Lighthouse.
I'm gonna
Okay,
convince
Lighthouse
you.
is worth
We're
gathering
in
a
a
big group
committed
of people.
friendship.
Yeah, hell yeah, dog.
Yeah.
Good Time. Good Time is not. Good Time. Okay, so we're watching Good Time is really interesting because literally, if they called Uncut Gems Good Time 2, it would have made sense because Good Time feels like a spiritual rough draft for Uncut Gems. Like they're
Uncut
like,
Gems is incredible.
it is really good.
I loved it.
It's
Uncut Gems is definitely the because like
some of Adam Sandler's best work.
yeah,
It is Adam
honestly.
Sandler's best
yeah,
work,
it
I
is
think.
literally the best movie he's been in. But like it, because like it deals with the same issues where it's like a guy who's in over his head who keeps digging himself into a bigger and bigger hole, and like it's like that exact same story, except like one is better, which is Uncut Gems. So like,
Really? Okay.
Yeah,
yeah,
Uncut Gems is better. Yeah.
but you don't. Why would you say that?
Because I've seen Good Time like a total of one time when I was very sleepy.
You know what movie we gotta
Uncut
see
Gems is the better movie.
is Guns Akimbo.
I
do wanna
I
see
do
that.
I
I
don't.
don't
I don't
You-
want to see it
because
Why?
because apparently the director is
because the
crazy.
director is a fucking crazy nut that I don't want to support.
Okay, elaborate.
Why?
Yeah,
Okay,
let's
so watch.
What's the story
if you guys, this is the second podcast that I guarantee she's not going to see. But there's a YouTuber that I really really like. Her name is Amanda the Jedi, and she did a whole thing about it. But essentially, the director of Guns Akimbo, the point of the movie, which isn't a spoiler, is when the online like social media attacks people for virtually no reason. And there was like I think it was like a review site or something. Somebody had left or somebody was like, I don't remember exactly what happened. I remember there was people left because this person was emotionally unstable, and that emotionally unstable person tried to kill themselves.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Go ahead.
Where you going?
This is the director?
No. This is unrelated. Person tried to kill themselves, and remember these employees had left.
Yeah.
The director comes in on Twitter and calls each person that left the person who was emotionally unstable practically a murderer.
Holy shit!
And said, if you didn't leave this person would still be alive. And it was
Wow.
like, way to undercut what your movie's about.
Now I really want to see their movie.
So what movie
I want to
were
see
they making?
I want to see the movie
Guns
a crazy
Akimbo.
person like
Okay.
that would make.
Yeah.
That is
So this
pretty
all
insane.
happened during Gun.
They must
this
have
is
been
actually Guns
in.
Akimbo.
They must have just did a line of coke or something, because that's crazy. No rational person would go on that fucking tirade.
Because, yeah, I'm butchering the story, but go see the Amanda Jedi.
We'll link
The
it
Jedi.
below.
Yeah.
Just kidding, because I'm gonna forget.
No,
We said we were gonna link your Facebook group
We
below.
said it.
Totally didn't. Sorry.
Uh-oh.
Oopsie.
Oopsie doopsie, we made a poopsie.
But, I never finished when I was that person.
Oh yeah.
When you were a young boy.
Well, because when I went to college and everything, I wanted to kind of revamp my image.
Mhm.
The problem is I'm fucking weird,
Yeah.
and I'm never not going to be weird as hard as I try. But I tried to get in good with like the cool people,
Yeah.
and just college should not have the cliques of the cool people and
Well, if
the
you-
weird people.
Yeah.
grew up where we grew up, there's always that group.
Yeah, and that's the thing is like
Everything's a clique.
Well, I feel like the longer you're in college, the more that fades away, because once when you're coming straight out of high school, you're instantly looking for that, because that's how your brain's programmed.
one of there were cliques in our college.
Absolutely.
Oh, absolutely.
And I think it was all people who like it was 2 years or less. Like it was. I don't think it was ever like 3.
Well, no,
3 or 4
the
years.
thing is, a lot of those people that are in the cliques are still cliquey to this day.
Yeah, and they're still living.
That's
If
the
you're
funny
clicking in
thing.
college,
Doing
you're clicking
nothing.
for the rest of your life.
No, that's the thing though. Is like at the time I was like, I really want to be part of this clique. They're always hanging out. They're always having a good time. I wish I was cool like them.
Mm-hmm.
But as time went on, like I made friends with you guys, and I made friends with like people I'm really close with, and we all decided, hey, let's move to Los Angeles.
Yeah.
Let's actually get shit done. And the people who are cliquey and were cool, they're still where they were, and they're working terrible retail jobs, and they're not at all even like slightly where we are.
We are just calling people. We're just airing all of our grievances this podcast.
These people that I'm talking about though, they don't give a shit about me, so they're not going to watch
Don't watch
this.
this. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, no.
They still think that they're like, oh fuck that Matt Ammar guy.
He'll
What's he up to? And it's like, more people know who I am than know who you are.
Yeah.
Okay? Like, and I only have 300 subscribers.
That is true.
only.
And it's fucking. You were like barreling towards me. You're making me nervous, dude.
I'm not trying to pass you up. I'm
Just
Well,
so you know your place, all right?
the thing still stands. If
When he gets 1 million, you better have 999,000.
Yeah, you might just say-
900.
99,000.
By the way, real
Yeah,
quick,
300.
real quick. Speaking of like people who are like gaining subscribers, I need real quick. Fucking subscribe to Logan Robert.
Subscribe to
Jesus
Logan
fucking
Robert.
Logan
Christ.
Robert is great.
He did.
That guy.
I have more subscribers than Logan Robert. I don't know. Okay, but I don't know this person. He's not my friend. You are missing
Potentially
out.
could be though.
He could,
Maybe if
maybe
he's-
we'll collab in the
Is he,
future.
Yeah,
did
he
you
seems
know?
like a pretty
is
cool
he
dude.
around here?
I don't know. I think
I don't
he's.
think so.
I think he lives in Ohio.
He did that whole video.
He did that video. Was it
yeah.
on Ohio?
I don't
Or
remember.
Idaho?
I think it was
But it was
Ohio.
good. It was a good
It was
video.
a fucking... Watch that video.
Watch every video.
First off.
Watch every video.
Then subscribe to Logan Robert
We're
because...
just big fans.
He
Not
commented on Power
Robert.
of Money.
It's Logan Robert. Oh yeah, he commented on your video.
Such a great video.
And it's... His channel is just so fucking good. He deserves... I think I'm an alright YouTuber. I think I'm good.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's 20 times better than I am.
The thing is, Logan Robert is the kind of guy you know for a fact in a year's time he's gonna be big.
Oh, he doesn't need our endorsement from this 30 subscriber channel for
Oh, no,
sure.
but that's
like
the thing.
he will fucking he's gonna explode.
I really like his content,
It's incredible.
and he knows who I am, so he
Yeah.
might know who you are. So.
Maybe.
I love that he commented on Power of Money. Just hell yeah. Power of Money is not my favorite video that
I
I
listen
made.
to it a lot.
I know.
Yeah.
It's I think every fucking view is you.
Probably. Yeah.
I use it to piss off my girlfriend, but I genuinely enjoy it every time.
Didn't your girlfriend think that I didn't make Power of
Yeah,
Money?
she was like, wow, you guys listen to that so much. You should really let the person who made that know you listen to it. And I went, he knows.
Yeah. Yeah, he knows. He's aware.
Yeah.
I think I made up the Power of Money like a year ago, just making fun of the song with you at like a
Yeah.
Burger King.
Yeah, no, that was something that... oh my god, that was just like a
Was that
random
the
joke.
Burger King?
It was the Burger King. It was the Burger
It was the power of love, Burger King.
King?
Yeah, we live in the same county
Yeah.
as the Burger King from Back to the Future.
Yeah, so just so you guys know, throughout this podcast, we're gonna leave a series of clues about where we live, and you just got to put them together. You're gonna national treasure this shit.
The address is 1313 Mockingbird Lane.
Why would you say that?
Do you know where that is?
No,
Yeah,
That's
it's
where the monsters live.
the monsters.
Yeah. Because there was a shitty reboot.
Yeah.
Do you remember the shitty reboot of the
No,
Monsters?
there's a reboot?
There was a reboot. I don't think it made it past like a pilot.
I was gonna say,
But
I've never heard of that.
it was a
but I
reboot
never
from
really
like
looked
10
for it.
years ago.
I guess.
Oh, was
was
it
a-
called 1313 Mockingbird Lane? Okay.
And
I
it
do
was
remember that
it was
Oh my
a
God.
dark, gritty reboot of the Monsters.
The whole thing is that they're fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're.
More like the Funsters, am I right?
Uh-oh, this guy over here. Woo!
That's incredible.
But
That is brilliant.
yeah, the Monsters are cool.
mm-hmm.
I'm a fan.
Honestly, I'd fuck every one of the monsters.
Even Eddie?
I don't want.
I don't know who any of them are.
Say
I've
you'll-
never seen the monsters.
Say you'll fuck Eddie. Say you'll.
I will fuck Eddie.
He is 8.
There are there might be
I will
a thing.
fuck Eddie from the Munsters any day of the week because he's not 8 anymore. It's been forever since that show was on.
Yeah.
He's dead now.
Yeah, I'll fuck his
Herman's
corpse.
got those fuck me eyes. Am I right, dude? No, Lily's like a straight fox.
There's
for
a
sure.
big there's a big
Grandpa.
chance.
Bend me over
Silver
a barrel.
fox.
Bend me over a coffin, baby. Give me that Grandpa Munster D.
There is a good chance you might
That
know
Monster D.
what
Yeah,
car
Monster.
they drive. What do they drive, Jeremy?
I'm gonna say a Hearst.
No.
A what?
It's got a name. It's Hearst, not Hearst.
Hearst is the castle.
I don't know anything about cars. If it's not Lightning McQueen, I can't.
Oh, but
tell
there's
you
a
anything
song
about
about it. There is a song about the car.
Hearst.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
I know what you're talking about.
Okay.
Focus is on you, bro.
The Spookmobile.
Nope. You want me to just tell you?
No, I want to try to figure out.
Do you know what it
okay,
is?
I don't. As long as I figure it out without dead air. Is it a car I would be aware of? Is it?
If you know
it is
Rob
a-
Zombie, yes.
No, I don't.
That's your-
I
got
get,
it.
you said that. I give up.
Okay.
Is it? Okay, I think I
Do you know what it is? Do you think
Yeah.
you can say it?
Is it Dragula?
It is the Dragula.
Yeah, the
Dragula?
The
The
drive
Dragula.
because it's a drag car.
You gotta dig through the ditches, burn.
The second you brought it up, I was
burn
like,
all the
okay,
witches.
That was my favorite song when I was like 8 years old.
Rob Zombie used to be like a big part of just the culture around me and who I hung out with. And like,
Did you ever like him?
dude, what happened?
I like Hellbilly
feel like-
Deluxe.
I feel like I did.
Yeah.
I feel like I think Thunderkiss 65. That's a bitchin' riff. Wait, almost. Okay, we're almost. That's a good riff. I like White Zombie enough. I used to like Rob Zombie a lot. I love Devils.
I don't like a single Rob Zombie movie.
I really like House of 1,000 Corpses. I really like Devil's Rejects.
I
hate the Devil's
that
Rejects.
movie.
Yeah, I get
It's
it.
so-
I get it. It's
his worst movie is either El Superbeasto
is his
or
worst movie.
Halloween 2.
I saw
Halloween 2 is like at least kind of entertaining.
No, what about was it Salem or the
Lords
I
of Salem.
haven't seen it.
I hate the Lords of Salem. I've seen it 11 times.
Why?
Oh, I was hoping you would say I saw it 31 times. That movie sucks too.
31 is it's El Superbeasto, and then 31 is like right below it. 31
Remember how
doesn't need to be
31 was billed as like a Suicide Squad movie? Because the poster looks like Suicide Squad.
This poster kind of
Okay, so I saw El Superbeasto.
It's
and
awful.
So here's what my brain thought when I saw it. Okay, I get the kind of movies this guy makes. I'm good. I don't need to watch any more of these.
They're so bad, dude.
Am I in the right there? What do you think? Am I in the
don't
right?
watch them.
If
El
I
Superbeasto?
saw El Superbeasto, because you say it's bad. If I saw El Superbeasto and I was like, okay, this is the tone, this is the style of his movies.
I would say so.
Not up my alley at all.
I don't think completely. However, so Rob Zombie his directing style is heavily influenced by the Grindhouse movement of like the 70s and 80s.
Yeah.
He is. If you asked me 10 years ago when I was like 16, I had to do the math.
Yeah.
If you asked me when I was 16, how does Rob Zombie rank as a director? I would say really good. I like all of his things. I really do. If you would ask me now, like, buddy, it's not great. It's not as good. It's obviously like looking back on it. It's not good. It's not
Tarantino
great. It's
does-
not great.
It's a
I can
B+
enjoy
for
it.
effort, but not really like a.
Tarantino
You can
does-
tell. You can tell
Tarantino
he's.
execution.
You can tell he
That's
is
a yes.
definitely. You can tell he is definitely a real fan of the genre.
Yeah.
You can tell he's for sure a real fan. I do like House. I do like Devils. I can watch those and I can enjoy those. I understand that they are not great movies.
Mm-hmm.
I think the Halloween remake.
I despise
But
that
I mean,
movie.
like as a
I get it.
a style, as
As a style, I don't think it's all El Superbeasto. However, I do think El Superbeasto, a little bit of that does drip in.
Yeah.
That is his humor.
Okay, let me
So his
It's
humor
not- it's
drips
not my
in
humor,
to
it's not
every
my
movie.
style, it's
Oh,
not
it's
However,
not recording. It's not recording.
hit it.
So every movie does.
Thanks. Yeah, keep an eye out. I've been like looking at this one. So
I am.
So every movie
We shouldn't have
does
lost too much weight.
feel. That's his humor. His humor is El Superbeasto.
cool. I'm
It's not
good.
great.
I don't need to ever see another.
This
Rob
is
Zombie
my
movie.
problem with Rob
I would say
Zombie.
watch.
Give me one Rob Zombie movie I should watch. And I'll
Just
watch.
House
Devil's
of a Thousand
Rejects.
Corpses.
Just Devil's
Oh no,
Rejects.
I was gonna say House of a Thousand Corpses is better than Devil's Rejects.
Cool. Two
Devils.
movies I'll watch.
Well, actually, you could watch them both because Devils is a sequel to House of a Thousand Corpses.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh.
House of a Thousand
Well,
Corpses.
then I should just watch House of a
No,
Thousand Corpses.
Devil's Rejects doesn't really.
It's very much its own.
It's its
story.
own thing.
It's
but
like
it
a
follows the same
spiritual
character.
successor,
No, it follows
or-
the same
It's
characters.
the same characters.
It's essentially.
You follow the killers.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's the same characters like a handful of years later.
If you are happy seeing Chris Hardwick and Rainn Johnson, who are clearly in their
That's
30s,
not his name. Rainn Wilson.
Rainn Wilson.
I was like thinking
Rainn Wilson and Ryan Johnson.
I was like
yeah.
thinking the only Rain I know is Rainn Wilson.
I was thinking of Ryan Johnson and
Yeah.
Rainn Wilson. If you want to see Chris Hardwick and Rainn Wilson play
20-year-olds.
20-year-olds while they're 35,
Oh, like the Friends characters,
Yeah.
like where they're
Yeah.
all playing 10
Yeah.
years younger. Than
I
they
can't
actually
believe
are.
we're 18. They're just like dying.
but no, I
Yeah.
think House is fine.
House is a more straight up.
I prefer House.
House is a more straight up slasher. Devils, I think it's a really interesting movie.
It's not good.
I think it has merit. I think Devils has merit.
Here's the thing. Devils feels like a really nice love letter to like a lot of stuff.
Different stuff.
Like Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
It
and,
does.
Like a lot
Texas
of, like,
Chainsaw Massacre is better though.
I love Texas.
Oh, I'm not arguing that.
Yeah.
I'm just saying like it's like a nice love letter to like those kind of horror where like the creepy house out in the middle of nowhere and like the scary murder hobos.
Well, what I can say is we can go back to Rob Zombie in a second. But what I can say is every single one of his movies is better than the movie that's ripping off his style, which is Repo. Repo is a movie that is legit ripping off Rob Zombie's style.
It's
Can you at least...
I mean, yeah.
That's
Yeah,
a weird. Okay.
No, because like Repo is like
Specifically
somebody who
the
likes
genetic opera because there is.
Oh yeah, there's
Repo
another
Men.
Repo Men. No, Repo the Genetic Opera is a movie that is they took Rob Zombie's formula, didn't understand it, and made a movie.
So like, I mean, like looking at my preferences.
It's like
These are like I look at these and it's like these are
you
the
won't-
kind of
you
movies.
will not
Jeremy
like any.
made a letterbox to go follow it.
Ooh.
We can put our
Link in the-
letterbox in the
link in the description.
These
That's
are
the new
all-
bit. We'll keep saying things are in the description.
These are
and
all
they're
your
never-
5 stars?
These are all my 5 stars, and it's all on one page. I'm sure I have more.
We could put our letterbox in the description.
Yeah,
You could
I
go ahead and
could.
do that. Do
Get
it.
people
won't,
to
because I'll forget.
I'll remind you.
Thank you.
Do
Also,
I-
what was the other
They
thing we
never
said to put in the
did.
description?
It was Logan Roberts'
Yes.
YouTube channel.
I'm gonna really try hard to put that in there.
But let's. I actually want to.
all the effort.
Yeah.
I actually do want to talk about this for a second.
Mm-hmm.
Matt, do you think you could look up the list of Rob Zombie movies, just so we could see what we've seen, and B, if they hold any merit in our minds?
What, just his IMDb?
Well, just the movies he's directed specifically.
Well,
Because I think the first one is House of a Thousand Corpses, which I think is fine. I think that movie is fine. The Devil's Rejects, I believe, is his second one. Which
so
I hate.
he did. He
I'm gonna
did.
set
He
that
did.
Jeremy
Oh, what is all this?
He did do a trailer for Grindhouse.
Yeah,
I don't think
I
it's
mean,
the-
like
Werewoman of the SS.
Of course, that
which
was
is-
his.
yeah.
That makes perfect sense.
Halloween.
My
though.
favorite is Don't. I love
Don't
Don't.
is great.
Don't is my all-time favorite. I know it couldn't be done, but it was the one I wanted to be made into a movie. The
Thanksgiving
most.
was also funny because
Thanksgiving
Thanksgiving
was funny.
coming this February.
Yeah. Like that's.
Although
the U?
there is a
What?
movie called
With the U?
Thanksgiving, and it is
Thanksgiving
amazing.
coming this February.
Oh.
No,
It wasn't.
He is fucking a
pornography,
turkey in the trailer.
No, 'cause
it's a fake trailer.
It's there's fake trailers in the Grindhouse because Grindhouse is the Tarantino Robert Rodriguez movie, and there's fake trailers in it for other movies.
It's funny. The one that was made is
Hobo with
Hobo with the Shotgun.
Wait a second.
Which
Okay.
is a great. I mean, it's a great trailer, and also that movie makes me feel yucky.
How many of those? How many of those movies were actually? Wait, was Machete one of those? No.
Yes, Machete
Yes,
was one
Machete
of those.
was
but
one.
Machete is a prequel to Spy,
Spy
Kids.
Kids. Yeah.
Yeah.
So are those the only 2 movies on that were
They were
actually
made for fake trailers.
Yeah.
Maybe.
It's
Yeah,
Hobo with the Shotgun and Machete.
Yeah.
You should just make all of
The
them.
original
eventually.
2 were Planet Terror
Why not?
and Death
And,
Proof.
Death
Some
Proof,
things
yes.
you should just let down.
We don't need. Don't
But-
is such a good
I
trailer.
think
it is-
Machetes is a pretty fun series. Like
I've only
I still
seen
want
the
Machete.
second
I've
Space.
only seen the first one. I haven't
I've
seen the
actually
second
not
I've only
seen
seen the
any
second
of them.
one.
They're
It was
fine.
I saw them at
They're
one of
bad,
our mutual
but they're
friends'
fun.
house, but
Yeah.
I thought
But
you
they're
were
bad
there.
on purpose.
If I was, I wasn't paying attention.
But
By the way, I keep compromising my pronunciation of it because we pronounce it machete and it's machete,
Machete.
but I keep saying machete.
Why not? Throw your own flavor. in.
Why not?
I know you disagree with this
Yeah.
though, but like I really fucking hate his Halloween movies because they are
They're fine.
Halloween.
Whose?
Rob
Rob
Zombie.
Zombie.
He did the Halloween
remakes.
remakes.
Oh yeah.
Because I don't like
He was
them.
alive.
Because I think the original the John Carpenter Halloween is such a triumph of low budget cinema.
Was it 75,000?
Yeah, that's
Something
really,
like that, yeah.
really low. Yeah. What?
My letterbox, I think I put it at a 3.
You?
Oh yeah.
I know I'm a
he has
fuckface. I'm a
specific-
son of a bitch.
Well, no, it's Jeremy doesn't like it, which we've talked about before.
Not really. No.
Oh, we
I
never
get-
released that. That was the strictly audio podcast we tried.
Oh
We
yeah.
never
Oh
released
yeah.
that.
We never did.
We never did.
That's the first time we had you come in to record a podcast. Was for the Halloween 2018 remake and not
Which I
remake.
think is far
sequel.
from the worst one. There are way worse Halloween.
I had a
There are
first time-
worse ones. I didn't like it, but there are worse Halloween.
Halloween's franchise is the most pathetic
Yeah.
because
It
Halloween.
just really went off the rails.
Well, it's like Halloween 1, good. Halloween 2,
pretty good. Pretty good.
Halloween 3, great.
Love
but
it.
Nobody
I
will
love
give it a chance.
I love Halloween 3
Halloween
so much.
4, 5, 6, and 6 producer's cut, horrible. Halloween H2O, fine. Not great, fine. Resurrection, horrible. The Rob Zombie movies, I hate them. And I'll get back to that in a second.
I would say the Rob Zombie movies are pretty good. They're fine to pretty good.
I
What
hate
about
them.
the?
I don't understand. I
recent-
would never say anybody should like it more than the original. That's
Well,
just
'cause
ridiculous.
it-
What are your feelings on the most recent sequel?
I liked it a lot because I liked the idea of the reversal, which I haven't done yet. So
hated the newest one.
Keep talking.
It was insulting.
I'm gonna go pee.
I gotta pee in a second, so come back.
The Halloween 2018 was just reminding you that the first Halloween was made, and it was essentially like, hey, did you like the first Halloween? You're like, yeah. And it's like, cool, we're gonna talk about it for a while. It's like, movie, are you gonna do your own thing? It's like, nah, we're just gonna tell you about the first movie. It's like, I saw that.
Well, here, I understand that, and I have a rebuttal for it. And that's if...
I think the head stomp is fun. That's about it.
It's the same problem that I have with The Force Awakens, which is if the next two sequels, because they're making two sequels, if the next two sequels are good, then it makes up for it, because it's supposed to say, like... Because what Force Awakens did...
Like a reintroduction.
It's a reintroduction of what this franchise is supposed to be. Even though Halloween never established what the franchise was supposed to be. But with the sequel to Force Awakens coming off of like Last Jedi, it made the first one like worse by comparison, because it's like, well, this one sucked, so what the fuck was this one leading to? So if the next Halloween movie is great, I could see it's okay, this is reintroduction to set up for this one, and this one's doing its own thing. This is great. But if it doesn't do its own thing and it's bad, then it retroactively makes 2018 bad.
I see what you mean, but I have my own personal problems with it, and that's the whole idea of that it becomes less intense, and it just kind of, I personally feel, changes the genre from being horror to action when the people that are being hunted are able to fight back. Like,
I can see that.
It's no longer a horror because the element of horror has been removed, because they have... Well, there's not that struggle anymore. It's more like the struggle changes. They have equal footing. They're no longer...
There's so much green in this podcast right now. Your head's gonna be invisible, but it's all right. You know, it's all
that's
fun.
not... Well, okay.
Well, I feel like it's not a horror movie. It's like a horror action more.
Action with monsters.
Well, my
action
favorite...
with like, and the big bad is just a serial killer. It's not, because it's about hunting a guy down.
Well, my favorite horror movie has action elements to it.
Which is a horror action?
We're talking about the new Halloween.
The newest Halloween. I don't see it as a straight.
I didn't find the action elements till the end. Like, I thought it was a horror movie.
No, there is action movies.
There's a lot of weird.
Because it's setting up. It's setting up the action. Because like if it's a good action movie, it's not just action unless it's John Wick. Because John Wick, I love it.
But John Wick, it takes the... It's like, you mentioned it perfectly. It was like Doom has just an unapologetic... video game. That's all it is.
Yeah.
And then
it runs on its own logic.
It just does everything that's just the most stereotypical video game stuff, but it does it it's the best at it. Whereas John Wick is just a stereotypical action movie, but it does it better than any other franchise.
But going back to that though. Oh, sorry.
Again, I'm just gonna pitch it. I did like John Wick. There's a movie called Stretch. I talk about it all the time, and I think it is better than John Wick.
I'm gonna watch it. What? Yeah. Okay.
It's made by Blumhouse. Patrick Wilson.
Don't you hate Blumhouse?
And it's the one. Blumhouse has made arguably 3 good things, arguably, out of their multitude of movies. That is Black Klansman. You could Get Out.
I like Get Out.
Get Out.
a lot.
And Stretch.
Okay. Okay.
That's it.
Have you seen all 3 John Wicks?
I've only seen the first John Wick.
Watch all 3 John Wicks.
I've only seen the first 2, but
I haven't seen the third one.
I just want to push.
I
I just want to push Stretch.
It's John Wick 3 is on HBO Go.
I don't have it currently because I'm waiting for HBO, whatever the new one is.
Max.
HBO Max.
But let's continue what you were just saying.
No, because what I was going to say before I had to go to the bathroom is my 2 favorite horror movies are not straight up horror movies, so I don't mind if you mix a little bit of the action. Because my favorite horror movie of all time is The Thing.
Okay, action. Sorry, horror sci-fi.
Was that horror sci-fi?
That would technically count as
horror sci-fi. It can be more than 2 genres.
Well, yeah, but I'm just saying horror mixed with
sci-fi
another genre.
usually also is action.
Because The Thing is my favorite horror movie. My second favorite horror movie is Evil Dead 2, which is a horror comedy.
Yeah.
But that's the thing is usually horror movies don't do anything for me unless it's another genre like mixed in there.
Well, here's the thing though.
Like with a
even
twist.
even in those, yes, they were able to fight back, but it always felt like they were at a constant disadvantage. Mm-hmm. And like specifically, even with like The Thing, the whole point, like the horror comes from not knowing.
Yeah.
And when it comes to something like the new Halloween movie, you know he's just a guy. I mean, a couple good shots to the head, and he's not going to get back up.
But they never do
Whereas
it.
with something like,
Never
something with like
Take
even
off the mask. Pop, pop, pop.
yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. Even with like Evil Dead, they're demons. They're like strange evil entities
What are they
that
called?
have possessed.
Deadites.
Yeah, Deadites.
The
The
Kandarian
Deadites.
demons.
Yeah. Okay,
Sorry,
I've never mentioned this. Is Deadites a stupid name? I think.
Well,
For,
it is a comedy movie.
Yeah.
I don't think they call them the Deadites in
In
the
the
original.
first movie.
In the original one, they're Kandarian demons.
Yeah,
In the second
Deadites
movie, they're
is
Kandarian demons that are also called Deadites.
yeah. Well,
so
Jason Voorhees is a Deadite.
yeah.
yeah.
Well, that's
Canonically, yeah.
That's the thing though. Even Ash is always at a disadvantage. Even in this like horror comedy, like no matter what he does, he can't permanently kill the monster. It's always going to be lurking just behind that door, right around the corner, hiding in the woods. Like it's an unstoppable force. And in Halloween, like the original, he seemed like an unstoppable force because he was, this big, burly, intimidating dude hunting down like
A babysitter.
a babysitter. And like comparatively in that regard, yeah, he is that unstoppable force. There's almost nothing she could have done to to prevent him from doing what he was doing. Mm-hmm. In this new one, it's like, oh, we're gonna, I mean, he's like an old man. Like,
Well, that's what I kind of liked about it though, is that she
Like-
finally gets her closure.
I don't
I
want
saw-
closure.
I
That's
saw-
the thing I hate the most about horror. The whole point is that
Well, he's
you're
still
supposed to
alive.
be.
Like even
Yeah, he's
after
still
Halloween
alive.
2018,
Well,
he's still
more,
he's
yeah.
still around.
Well, that's the thing. I don't like the idea of closure in horror because the whole point is that you're supposed to be left at unease.
See, I completely
If you have closure, then it's no longer there's nothing to be afraid of anymore. Why should you care?
I see it as the opposite because I feel like the Deadites were just fodder in the third movie.
Well,
That's the third movie.
Well,
That's
the third
that's
movie
not-
is.
that's
Well,
not
I mean,
a-
but,
that's
like,
not a horror
Army of
movie.
Darkness
If you're talking
is
about like
a-
a franchise, kind of where I don't know, like where a franchise.
Army of Darkness is just
don't-
not a horror
It's
movie.
more. It's
Yeah.
more an action comedy. Though.
But I mean,
Yeah.
I think the
Is that your favorite Evil Dead one? Is Army of Darkness?
I love Army of
That's a good
Darkness. Yeah.
movie.
I mean, there's nothing wrong
I
with
think
that.
that's fine.
I
It's
need to
just-
watch it because the last time I watched all three movies was when I was maybe a high schooler.
gonna use
I
the-
need to watch it with my adult brain,
I'm
and
gonna use
maybe
the
my
bathroom.
opinion would change. What's up, Kathleen?
Yeah, but like you get what I mean though.
Hey, I agree.
Like your monster, whatever it. Oh my God, you're moving the microphone.
get through.
We can't see Gwen. There, now.
You're moving the microphone. Stop.
Who's moving the microphone?
You
Oh, I am.
are. You
No,
are.
this isn't. No,
You're
because
shuffling
that's what this
around.
is for. So we were doing the, and
Yeah.
it would be so loud during the podcast. That's why we put these little pads under here, and now it doesn't happen no more.
Well, okay. Anyways, my point is that part of what makes horror scary is that no matter what you do, no matter how hard you try, this whatever it is going to get you eventually.
Mm-hmm.
And I always find that aspect of horror, at least for me, is one of the most crucial parts of any great horror story. Like, even in something that's more actiony, like Alien, like
Just turned off.
you never really know where it is. It's all,
Alien isn't actiony. Aliens is actiony.
well, that's what I'm saying. Like as a horror, I think as an aspect of horror, like I just feel like a crucial
What's
part
happening?
is that. Oh,
It died again. No,
did
no, it
is
turned
it
off.
completely dead?
No, it's good. Yeah, we're good.
Okay.
This is all recording on this one.
Yeah, it's just I feel like, yeah, once you're able to beat the monster, it's no longer scary.
So, do you think if you are able
You
to
can-
overcome the threat, it makes it a poorer
it
horror
makes
film?
it makes it a weaker horror film overall because because it means that no matter what it does, you can eventually stop it.
But
and so this potential dread of even in a case where they're able to not stop it but slow it down to the point where they're able to contain it, there's still that chance that it might break out and continue doing whatever it is doing. Like with Jason, you can't really stop him. He
Yeah.
is
Those
a
movies are awful.
I can't-
no, I'm
I-
not. But I'm saying, like, as an aspect of horror, like, it works. That's part of what makes it work.
Can't
guess, like-
agree with it because two of my favorite all-time horror movies are movies where they overcome
Which ones?
Like which ones? Yeah.
Alien, the Babadook. Both of those, they defeat them.
But there's a chance with the Babadook that it's going to get out, and
Well, yeah.
Alien has aliens, which means there's more of them out there.
They're a constant threat. It's not like the entire species is gone.
But it shows, even in Aliens, they just mow through the aliens.
I'm gonna tell you though,
well,
this might be. I need to rewatch them, and I want to rewatch them with you guys. And my girlfriend loves these movies.
Mm-hmm.
I want to rewatch the Alien movies because we did the dumb thing. We went in chronological order, so we started with the Predator. No, we started with the Predator movies, and then went to Prometheus and Alien Covenant. We're like, we're done.
And we hate Prometheus.
I'm gonna say
Alien Covenant.
Alien Covenant is the worst fucking movie.
I think Alien versus Predator is a better prequel to the Alien movies than Prometheus.
Absolutely.
Fucking
100%.
hate
the
Prometheus
unrated
so
cut.
much.
The regular
It's
cut
a
is
bunch
bad.
of handsome Squidwards.
Okay, so okay.
That's what they look like. They look like handsome Squidward. That Squidward is handsome all the time.
I enjoy Alien versus Predator.
That's fine.
I enjoy Alien
That's
vs.
what I'm
Predator.
saying.
I do not enjoy Alien vs. Predator Covenant. Or not Covenant. Requiem.
Yeah.
Requiem is
okay.
fucking terrible. That's the worst
I
one
remember
of all.
people being like, oh, this is better.
No, you wouldn't.
Because
I would.
I would.
This. No, you would rather
Requiem's horrible.
You would rather watch
Requiem's more up your alley,
Requiem
though.
Because you can't see Alien vs. Predator Requiem.
Because it's so dark.
It's so dark.
Requiem
so of course you'd rather watch that because you can't see anything.
Requiem
you can make
is
up your own movie.
such... That's not Requiem. Requiem, though, is such fucking garbage, and people will say that it's better than Alien vs. Predator because it has an R rating, which is
no. The
bullshit.
unrated cut doesn't fix Alien vs. Predator, but Alien vs. Predator has that first fight where the alien and predator fight and its practical effects.
That is one of the coolest action. That is one of the coolest fight scenes in like a sci-fi action.
Alien vs. Predator is not as good as Freddy vs. Jason.
No,
Freddy
it's
vs.
definitely
Jason
not.
is way better.
That's a fun movie you can just throw on.
That's a 5 out of 5 for me.
That's a good movie.
But
is it okay? Is it a good movie? Is
I
it a
think
fun
Alien
movie?
vs. Predator is a totally competent movie with some exceptional moments.
Can you agree?
It works well enough.
I think that fight scene, because the definitive moment in Alien vs. Predator is the one-on-one fight between the alien and Predator is actually fantastic.
Okay.
It's a fantastic action sequence.
Thinking of something
I also like the world building and the lore behind it. I think it's cool that they essentially took these two things and were like, how can we connect these two franchises in a way that feels natural, and they made it like a big thing about the history of humanity and how like the temple was made by the predators.
There's something funny about that though.
Yeah.
Is Ridley Scott purposefully wanted to make Prometheus and Covenant as movies that will write out Alien vs. Predator from canon.
Yeah.
Here's the problem. There are continuity errors for even Aliens because of those movies.
Yeah.
So the only way to make those movies canon is to re-put in Alien vs. Predator.
I don't think he... Yeah, I don't think he... Okay.
He hates Alien vs. Predator.
Explain that in a second. But I don't even
I
think...
hate Prometheus.
I don't think he was paying attention to anything besides just his movie, which was Alien. I don't think he considers
Aliens
Aliens...
Here's the thing, though.
It's
It doesn't...
fucking fun.
Yeah, I love
even
Aliens.
with those movies canon, it still makes sense because they could have easily just found these aliens and be like, oh my god, they're so good for hunting.
Well, it's not just that. It's okay
Like-
because what they're trying to say at the end of Prometheus and during Alien and during Covenant is that David was experimenting, which created the first xenomorph. Problem is
stopped recording.
No,
it's
it's
still recording. Cool.
problem in Covenant. They just become xenomorphs without the help of a face hugger. So that means that this is a version of the alien that was created by David. So that means that they can be engineered, which means that they can only make sense within the franchise if you put Alien vs. Predator back in.
Yeah.
So meaning that there has to be an alien queen.
So the only way to make Prometheus make sense is there's no way to make aliens make sense, but there is a way to make Alien versus Predator make sense, which is funny. So he failed at just completely destroying Alien versus Predator.
I think Ridley Scott's like George Lucas. He forgot how to make movies.
Yeah.
Because like after Gladiator,
They're so fucking long. They're so fucking dumb.
I think he still thinks
I
he's
hate
just...
those last
Okay,
two.
that said,
Hannibal is bad. Did you see Hannibal? That's fucking terrible.
I'm gonna be honest though, I also don't really like Blade Runner, which is one of his
fall
earlier
asleep
movies.
every
love
single
Blade
time.
Runner, but Blade Runner 2049 is better than
I
Blade Runner, but
appreciate
you
that.
have to see Blade Runner before you see
I
2049.
appreciate Blade Runner for what it is. I 100% appreciate it. I
It's
understand.
a
I think
very
it's
slow
understand.
movie.
I
It's a pretty
understand its
movie.
influence on cinema
Like the world.
and how they approach filmmaking, and I 100% understand. The story itself, I don't think is very.
Oh,
good.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
I think Blade Runner, the original Blade Runner, is basically a very, very, very good version of Tron.
Yeah.
Where
Again,
it's a very good version of Tron, where the entire movie itself is for the majesty of the spectacle, and it has like a basic noir story put in there.
Yeah.
Now, what they did with 2049 is they said, okay, we need to make this look like the same universe, progressed in the same amount of time, but this time, instead of Tron Legacy, which just did the same thing again and made it just look pretty, 2049 looks pretty, but there's a great story to go along
exactly.
with it.
See,
I still haven't seen it.
See,
It's
look at but
so
the
good.
way you're complimenting Blade Runner 2049, I feel is like the same way someone would compliment Avatar, which
No,
we all can agree
I said
is garbage.
I said great story.
Yeah, well,
Avatar is just
I'm
Pocahontas.
saying,
It's
the way you're
Pocahontas
commenting
and
Blade Runner
Dances
1.
with
Oh, okay.
Because Blade Runner 1, well, people loved it for the spectacle. People loved Avatar for the spectacle. The story in Avatar isn't
The
good.
difference is it's, and I do think this is a major difference, is with Blade Runner, the spectacle is all done practically. You could still enjoy it now and be like, wow, this looks incredible. Like how they were able to do this. With Avatar, it looked great at the time. Watch it now, looks like garbage. It's on
I'd say the motion capture
What?
is still the motion capture still rocks. I think it still looks like all the characters are moving very naturally, and that kind of sells it a little bit. But the actual CGI renders themselves are not good.
it's so bad.
I think it was one of the first movies that really fully utilized motion capture. I know
It was.
I know.
no,
I know.
it
Lord of the
wasn't.
Rings.
Lord of the
did.
Rings did.
But like, I think because I don't think they had performance capture. Like,
No, they did.
Well,
no.
The thing that made that one unique is that it was the first movie to basically be filmed without a set.
Yeah,
It was everything was just kind of a big like motion capture room, and then they added everything.
Well, because I want you to do this, Jeremy.
battery square. Yeah.
Is what's that?
That camera's almost out of battery already. That's crazy.
Well,
But
here's the thing.
we stretched it out last time. So
You can still watch Lord of the Rings.
By the way, I'm saying that Blade Runner is better than Avatar.
yeah,
To give me a
100%.
giggle.
But you can still watch Lord of the Rings today. Gollum looks a little dated, but Gollum still looks great for 2002.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
it is insane.
Plus,
Avatar
like-
does not look good for 2009, but
Yeah.
you can still watch Gollum and be like, that looks pretty good.
That's a meaty mouthful.
That's a medium. Shut up. That's a medium. That's a medium.
Mouthful.
But we were talking about Halloween 3 earlier.
Love it.
It has
Tommy Lee Wallace.
Oh yeah.
Tommy Lee Wallace, who also did, oh fuck, what did he do? It, the original It.
Which is good.
It's okay.
It's fun. It's
First part is
first
really
part.
good.
First part is really good.
It's-
Second part.
Okay.
First part is really good though. With the kids, Seth Green's in it.
It's almost
Fun
like
time.
the new It's.
Is it the same? Wait. Do they do the first half of the? Do they
First
take
half is
the
kids.
the intersplice stuff and move it away from each other?
Yeah.
All kids, all adults.
Really? So they just
No,
do
no,
the same
no,
thing?
no. The first one is
I thought they
adults
interspliced
having
it.
flashbacks to being kids.
Mostly,
But it's
kids.
mostly
It's
the
mostly
kids.
the kids, and then they focus on the
I
adults. in the second.
love the miniseries. The first part is so fucking fun.
It is
to
really
watch.
good.
Also, the first movie. That's a solid 4. That's a solid 4.
4 out of 5.
But
It's chapter 1. It's chapter 2.
I think I have it as
chapter 2 is
I think I have it as a 3.5. I
chapter
think
2
it's
is
fine.
better than part 2 of the miniseries.
Well, I
part
mean,
2 of the
at the
miniseries
very-
is fucking terrible.
At the very
Also, I
least,
think the
in
actors
chapter
are really
2
good in
was-
chapter 2.
Yeah, yeah.
Bill Hader's
I
great. I think
like-
the guy who plays what's his name? He's a very unknown actor.
Which one?
The one who plays the guy who has
Eddie?
the placebo kid.
Eddie.
Yeah,
Eddie
he is.
Kaspbrak.
I think he stood out from a lot of people. Were like,
I
were talking
loved
about
Eddie
Bill,
Kaspbrak.
how Bill Hader was great. He was incredible for me.
Oh yeah, no,
I believe how good he was.
I think that all of the performances are done very, very well. I think that all of those actors
They could not have cast
perfect,
better actors.
perfect casting. I
Yeah.
loved everybody. the editing that movie is so choppy. It is
100%.
The pacing in it is so fucking fast that you don't get any time to marinate and enjoy
you want to know the problem?
Anything.
You want to know why that is?
Because they rushed it.
Because the fucking book is just the same way.
And that's fine. I hate that they're like, oh, the ending sucks. They tell you that the ending sucks in the movie.
Yeah.
And it's like, just fucking change
Actually, no. Let me get this out. Because Matt is 100% right. However, the ending in the movie, as bad as it is, better than the ending in the book. The ending in the book is so horrible.
It felt like a natural ending.
No,
the
ending in the book is so fucking bad that literally anything else they could have done is better.
I was not disappointed by it, chapter 2.
I knew what I was getting myself into.
I knew it wasn't going to be as. I knew not to expect as good of a
my favorite
story.
scene will still be the multiple choice door scene. When they're like,
there's only so much.
They're like, oh, it's not gonna be. It's gonna be something scary. No, it's gonna be like a little
and
dog.
And little puppy.
And then they're like, oh, okay. So, and then it turns into
the puppy is angry.
You mean like dish puppy?
Yeah.
I don't think that in chapter 2
it was worth it. I wish there was more shit like that in there.
I don't think it was garbage. However, in direct comparison to the first one, which you have to, it's a chapter 2.
First one's like almost iconic. First one is really good.
It's really good.
You could watch that by itself and just stop, and you would have a solid.
You don't need. You actually.
I want to come back.
You don't need to watch the second.
I do want to come back to. Oh, you don't have to do that. Yeah, I want to come back to this though. I have it chapter 1 and it chapter 2. I have not done this yet because I've noticed that like something like Quantum of Solace, which sucks. But if you watch Quantum of Solace right after Casino Royale, it just feels like one movie.
And it feels like a good movie.
And it feels like a really good movie. Because it all fits together. I want to see what happens when you watch it and it chapter 2 back to back. And I want to report my findings and see if it's better.
You want to know why the movie or the second movie probably didn't feel as good or as satisfying?
Why?
It's because they killed the monster.
In the second one or
in the second one? Because in the first one, you see him run away. They don't actually kill it.
He kind of looks like he died in the first one.
It looks like he died, but like, he goes down the drain, and like that's the last you see of him.
The only thing
you don't actually see him like die. You just see him get injured, and then he runs away. So the whole thing is like, okay, we can slow him down. Again, going back to my point earlier with horror. You can slow it down, you can even bring it to a complete standstill, but it's always on that edge. It's always that threat coming back. And once you remove the threat and you kill it, there's no tension, there's no horror, there's no, like, anxiety to come from it. It's just, it's done.
I think I understand what you mean more, because,
there's no, why should you care at that point? It's already been resolved, and now everything is fine. Like, where's the horror aspect?
I definitely get what you're coming from. I feel like you can have resolution and still have a great horror movie. I feel like the ride can definitely be worth it.
Yeah.
However, I do understand what you're saying.
Especially
because
if
I feel like
standalone.
Do we all agree that The Thing? No, I'm not saying undoubtedly is the best horror movie of all time, but is at least in our top 3.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
it's
my number 1.
It's definitely
probably my number 1.
Okay. Is it number 1?
Yeah, it's fantastic.
It's probably my number 1.
That movie definitely plays into being unresolved. That is the end of the movie.
The whole point is that you can't know.
And I definitely get that because it definitely ties into the themes of the movie. But I think you can
name one movie.
Resolve.
Name one horror movie where they kill the bad guy at the end, and he's never gonna come back. That's it. And it was a good horror movie.
It was a good horror movie.
I feel like I can name one because I feel like that's very limiting.
If I think about it.
I feel like that's very limiting in terms of how you make movies. Look, you're making Maya cry right now. But she's there's good horror movies.
I'm just saying.
Earlier in the podcast, we said Maya was dead because she went to the vet, and here she is.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I'm just saying, like, name a horror movie.
Are we talking about general straight horror, or are we talking about?
I will say there didn't need to be, because I think the ending
Xenomorph did die in Alien,
and there was zero reason for them to ever come back to that planet, but they did.
Dead Alive, I think, is really good.
Dead
That's a horror comedy, but they nip that shit in the bud. Like,
no, because like it didn't matter how much of the zombie was alive, it would still like come back. Like,
they
if it was just organs.
They did it. They they did it in that movie. Like they're dead. Like I don't know.
Well, they didn't. Leatherface is still alive in Texas
Yeah.
Chainsaw.
Freddy doesn't ever.
In Texas
actually
Chainsaw,
die.
he looked pretty fucking dead.
What are you talking
No,
about? He's
the
dancing
last-
around with the fucking.
last
Oh
Freddy
fuck!
was-
I was thinking of his brother. Yeah,
Oh,
I was
yeah.
thinking because his brother gets fucking obliterated by
yeah.
a truck.
Yeah,
that
but,
makes
but,
sense.
But
yeah.
the actual like the monster of the movie.
I mean, my favorite horror movies are. I've always said The Thing, Dead Alive, and Return of the Living Dead.
Okay.
Now, The Thing and Return of the Living Dead, absolutely the threat's still out there. Dead Alive is a comedy,
I'm bringing it
Yeah.
up,
but I
feel
do
like-
feel like they do just
Alright.
nip that
but
shit.
it's good.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's
no,
great.
it's
Peter,
really
like,
good.
I think it's
It's-
Peter Jackson's second movie, third movie.
Get Out.
Yeah.
It's
Get
so
Out.
good.
Did they kill the family?
The family is
Family, yeah, but there's still other
But there's
racists
still
living
yeah.
around.
Well, I was gonna say there's still people whose bodies
probably
get
know
taken
the
over.
process.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah, like it doesn't stop the problem. It just means that like it
I
doesn't
ref-
spread as much.
I refuse to watch Jeepers Creepers because the guy is a fucking like
It's also a
child
Jeepers is-
rapist.
It's also a kind
But
of
The
Garbage.
guy is a known pedophile. I won't watch those movies. I've never seen them.
To be
I
fair,
will
Loved
not. I will
Ones.
not see
it's
them.
also
One
a
of my-
shit movie. So.
One of my I'd say two of the best horror movies to come out of the 2000s are Inside, the French one. Don't watch any other one. The French Inside, and The Loved Ones. I know you haven't seen
I haven't seen.
either of these
I
movies.
have not.
They are both technically in the slasher genre.
Okay.
The threat ends in those movies.
My
I think they are 5 stars, 11 out of 10 movies. Like, so fucking good movies.
I'll have to check them.
The threat does end in those.
All right. Yeah.
So I
I'll
would give
check them
those.
out.
I was gonna say my
I
favorite.
have both. You definitely watch them.
My favorite horror movie of the 2000s, not the 2010s, but the 2000s, that's not Freddy vs. Jason, is The Ring, and they don't solve it at the end of The Ring. So
Yeah,
maybe you
no.
have a point.
It follows.
I definitely understand what you're saying.
Yeah,
and I
Gwen
definitely
does-
get it. And I think it
Matt
does
doesn't
add a
like It
little.
Follows.
I still
I
hate
hate
it.
It Follows.
Well, I mean,
But-
like,
It's
the whole idea
But the
is
threat
that
is not resolved
it's
at the
that
end.
They don't
it's
kill.
it leaves you with
it
that sense
the
of
very-
You're
Right.
talking about like once you turn the movie off,
Okay.
it's like still in the back
it,
of your mind.
it
kind of
sits
thing.
with
I get
you
it.
like
At
like
the
a hearty
end-
steak in your stomach.
At the
It
end
just
of
kinda,
It
like,
Follows,
sticks to you.
the monster is
Yeah.
following them behind them.
That's right. It's meant
Yeah,
to be
so-
like, is it still alive?
What about Hellraiser? Do they ever defeat? I've
No.
only seen the first one. So
No.
do they
Oh.
ever defeat them?
No,
No.
no, they just all they do is close the door, which only slows them down.
I guess the
Hellraiser 1, 2, and 3 are all good movies in their own way.
Gwen won't let me
Don't
watch
watch a
Hellraiser 2.
fucking second of anything
Fair.
made from 2000 onward. Don't look at it. Don't watch it. They
One-
all fucking
one of them-
suck, and I hate them.
Psycho does kill. Yeah, Psycho does resolve it.
He
Psycho
gets
is one
killed.
of the best movies.
Well, he
It's
doesn't.
one of the best horror
he
movies
doesn't
of all
get
time.
killed. He doesn't
It's-
get killed.
It's
He's in the jail cell.
Oh yeah.
She wouldn't even hurt a fly.
Oh yeah, and he gets out in the second one, and he goes crazy again.
He's Norman Bates.
okay,
Is
okay,
in,
okay,
he's
so
like
here's my
almost
opinion.
straitjacketed in the jail cell.
I think.
No,
okay,
he's in a blanket. but
I
whatever.
think you can. Okay, so I think most horror movies, a lot of times, what they
Psycho's
want to
so
do
good.
is leave
love
you
Psycho.
is it wants you to have like nightmares about their horror monster.
Yeah, that's
I
the whole
think
point.
you can not do that. I think you can make it. I think it's possible not to, but generally, if you're going to be a horror movie director, you're going to be able to be like, oh, but I want the people watching my movie to leave with some sort of.
I don't
small
think
fear.
there is a. I don't think there's a horror monster that is scarier than Freddy Krueger though, because
Well,
Freddy Krueger.
in concept,
In
yes.
concept,
In concept,
in concept,
yeah,
yes.
as a character. he
What about
is silly.
Horace Pinker?
No.
Do you know who we're?
No, I
It's from
don't.
Shocker, which is just another Wes Craven.
Well, no, I'm talking about
But
because
yeah, yeah, absolutely.
because Freddy Krueger preys on everybody's fear, which is having a nightmare that you can't wake up from.
Yes, sure.
That
in
is-
concept, yeah.
Because
Sure.
like Nightmare
And-
1, 2, and 3, he's not funny. From 4 onwards, he's
Well, yeah.
funny.
Well,
He's
what
a
makes
little
it even
goofy.
worse
There's
is
still
that you.
one-liners in the first
Yeah.
two.
Well,
He's no, in the first 2. In the
The
third
one
one
part
there
in the
is.
in the first one that mean
Oh,
was,
he's like,
was him just like chasing him around
Well,
and
he's a
as like a
boogeyman.
wide shot.
he's
and I
a
was like,
boogeyman.
it was very silly to watch.
Well,
but
the whole thing is that he is inescapable because eventually you have to sleep.